back to our channel.
It's your girl Talani.
And it's your girl Tanisha.
And if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you. As you guys know, we want to do a breakdown of El Salvador for you guys. We just traveled there. We stayed from March 7th to March 11th. So we want to tell you guys the background and everything that you need to know if you want to go travel to El Salvador.
I want to jump right into flights. So we took American Airlines because the bag was included. We love JetBlue. We love other airlines, but as y'all know, they're cracking down and now you have to pay for your luggage. And I was not trying to do that. So we took American Airlines and our round trip ticket was $395. So we went from a Tuesday to a Saturday. So that was $395. So that's what, 5 days and 4 nights.
And we booked the ticket in January.
Yeah, in January.
So to give you guys, and obviously there's different airlines that can take you to El Salvador. So look into it, and obviously you're coming from different areas, check and see. And right now prices are relatively high. I normally don't like to pay over $350 for flights. Call me cheap, call it on a budget, I don't know, but I'm not rich. So that was a little bit on the higher end for me because last time when I looked, I think the year before or like a few months before my birthday, it was like $250. And I've heard of people who got their flight for like $190 or, you know, below $200. So I feel like right now prices are increasing. So $395 is not that bad, especially because we bought it like a month in advance. But keep in mind, that's the price. And when you guys get to El Salvador, when you land, you have to pay a $12 entrance fee. So if you are not, if you was not born and raised in El Salvador, if you don't have parents who are not natives of El Salvador, you have to pay a $12 entrance fee. They take cash and card, but just have $12 on hand. So we ended up paying $12 per person for anybody that's visiting El Salvador. So that's something that you guys need to know. That was something that we didn't know.
So make sure y'all have your $12.
Okay, so now we're gonna jump into car rental. There are many options. Obviously, you can have somebody rent. You can get somebody at the airport that can drive you guys around. You can rent a car when you get to El Salvador. But Nisha and I booked it in advance. So we ended up booking the car through a third party, Expedia, and we paid a whopping $102. Guys, that included the car, which was only $44 for 5 days. I repeat, $44 for 5 days. And we paid for collision because obviously we're not sure about driving in El Salvador. So that was an extra $66. So it came up to $102 for the car itself and collision damage. So I think that was really affordable for 5 days. If you think about it, it's only $20 per day, $10 per person if you do the breakdown. So again, we know people who was there, they rented and they had somebody drive them around. It was like $900 for 4 or 5 days. So it all depends on what you want. And I felt comfortable driving El Salvador. We drive on the same side of the road, the left side, so maybe that was a little bit easier. The roads were straight. A lot of the driving was straight distances and things like that, but they have a lot of roundabouts. That was the only thing, so just be careful when you're merging into the lane or trying to get in. But besides that, it was really good, and I feel like people let me in. I recommend driving in El Salvador because we feel comfortable.
So next I want to jump into accommodation. So as y'all know, we are not hotel based when we go on vacation. Well, not yet, not this trip, and not the last few trips. But yeah, so we stayed in an Airbnb. It was 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. They had a lot of amenities, y'all. They had a pool.
Yeah, it was outside cinema, and they also had like giant size chess pieces that you can play, volleyball court section that you can play. They had a gym that was more like an open space, so they had some weights, but it's more of like bring your yoga mat or just like stretching. Had a punching bag. They also had
elevator. They had front desk, so it was really secure. It was a gated community, keyless entry. There was a terrace or outdoor section.
Security 24/7. When we came in, they asked for ID, and then when we got inside, we had a keypad thing that can open the gate when we was coming in and out. They also had designated parking. We had 2 parking spots, which was really good. Obviously, we only need 1, but that was also good on the premises as well. And then
I want to talk about the proximity to everything as well. So our Airbnb was pretty much centrally located in San Salvador. I think it was called Cuscatlan.
Sorry, I'll write it down at the bottom.
Yeah, sorry anybody from El Salvador for butchering the name, but
Cuscatlan.
Yeah, it was really in the center, I feel like, in El Salvador. So yes, we did have to drive a few hours away to Excursions, but it wasn't so bad. We were near the mall, Picnic Steakhouse, as we'll get into next. So yeah, it was really a good price.
Airbnb is basically like a apartment condo style. It was called the Habitat Joy.
Yeah.
A lot of that complex, when we was looking up Airbnbs, we realized a lot of people have Airbnbs inside of that complex. So it's condos basically. So you can look around and shop around for different things or what you want inside the apartment. So it was really good. We paid $320. So it was only 2 of us. It was $160 per person for 5 days. You can't beat that, guys. If you break down the math, that's like $30. We had our own bathroom. I repeat, our own bathroom. We had so much space. I don't think we touched the TV, but we also had TV inside.
Oh yeah, we had a balcony as well.
Exactly. So it was we had a full kitchen, everything you need, and washer and dryer.
Yeah, and amenities on the premises. So that was nice. So for
$160
per person, yeah, you cannot beat that. All right, y'all. So we're gonna jump right into excursions. First excursion we did was the Rainbow Slide, and the Rainbow Slide is at Picnic Steakhouse. So it's actually called the Imagine Slide, but you know, people on TikTok and social media know it as the Rainbow Slide.
Yes. So it's free entry to get in, and it's free parking when you get there. So you're paying for the slide, and we paid $5 per person each time you go down the slide. So every time you go again, you have to pay again. And there's a restaurant at Picnic Steakhouse.
So I got shrimp with veggies and fries.
I got churrasco steak, refried beans, fried cheese, and mashed potatoes. And we also got a free drink because it was Women's History Month. So we ended up paying under $40 for our food.
Under $40 in total, y'all. So that was really good.
And it's also like places where you can do like photo ops. And guys, there is a walk up. When you go down the slide, you have to walk back up to the top. That's the only thing. Get your calories in, but it wasn't that bad. And they also wet the slide. So while you're going down in the tube, they wet the slide.
Yeah, so it could go faster. So the next excursion is Cafe Albania. So we went there, and that was like
about an hour and a half away. That was kind of a drive, but it was worth it. We paid separately for each thing. So the things that we did the bicycle zip line, as everyone's seen on TikTok. The bicycle zip line was $10 per person. We did the
butterfly swing.
That was $1 per person.
Yeah. Oh, there's a second rainbow slide. So there's also a rainbow slide at Cafe Albania. So yes, there's one at Picnic Steakhouse, but there's also one there. And I think Cafe Albania is in the west side of El Salvador. And that was also $5.
A sneak peek for you guys. I saw them building another rainbow slide at Cafe Albania. So I don't know if they're gonna do an add-on or whatever, but they're making a new rainbow slide. So you have 2 at Cafe Albania. Also, some of the things that we did not do because of just we didn't want to do, but then you can do it when you get there. They also have zip lining,
like regular zip lining.
There are 4 zip lines in total. They also have like a drop, like a swing drop that you drop, like a Tarzan swing. I think you can do that as well. And they also have a surfing zip lining when you hold on like you're surfing and you go across.
So there's also a maze at Cafe Albania. So you can go through like a little grass thing, a little path, and I guess get lost, take photos. I don't know, but it looked pretty fun. And we saw it when we were across the bicycle zip line. It looked really cool.
Yes.
But yeah, so those are some things that we, didn't do, but are there at Cafe Albania if you would like to do so.
And also there's a restaurant there as well that you can eat. We did not eat there, but you can also eat. And also every activity was under $10. So we ended up paying the activities that we did was only $16 per person. So again, if you want to pay for the surfing or the Tarzan swing, obviously is more money, but every activity is $10 or less.
So really affordable there.
And free parking as well.
So I want to jump into our next one, and we went to Santa Teresa Hot Springs. So that was a little bit of a drive as well. I think we went there right after Cafe Albania, right?
Yeah, so from Cafe Albania was probably another 25-30 minutes. So from there, one thing, we came late because we were trying to have a full day of excursions. So when we got there, they stopped doing the mud bath at 5 p.m. You have to be there before 5 p.m. to get the mud bath. The mud bath was only $10 as well. And then when you get into, you pay one price to get into Santa Teresa for the hot springs. $3.
And it's like 8 different hot springs, and they're all different temperatures.
You can stay there the whole day, unlimited, for just $3. And they have some hotter based on temperature, some cooler, and things like that. And you can also eat there as well. And they can also bring the food to you while you're by the waters. And there's so many different restaurants that you can choose from.
And they also have massages as well. I forgot to mention that. They have massages. But yeah, they stopped it after 5 o'clock. So the mud and the massages, make sure you get there before 5 o'clock so you can enjoy it.
So now we're going to talk about El Tunco. El Tunco is one of the beaches located in El Salvador. So from where we stayed in San Salvador, again, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. When we went there, it's basically a surfing beach. It's more for surfers. It's a rocky and things like that. But they also have a nightlife at El Tunco, and you can stay at El Tunco Beach. They have like different like lodging area as well, and they have like strips where you can walk and buy things and hang out as well. When you get into El Tunco, you have to pay $1 entrance fee, and the parking's about $3 per car. So that wasn't bad at all. Yeah. And there's also restaurants that you can eat and see, and you can view the beach from the restaurant.
Yeah, so that was something that we just stopped and did. Like, it wasn't an excursion. We didn't like really go there and lay on the beach because, like Tanya said, it's not a beach that you can just lay there and just soak up the sun. It's more so for surfers and the nightlife, you know. So the next thing we want to talk about is Naui Beach House. And Naui Beach House is also affordable. So it was $20 to get in.
Yes. So we bought a day pass for Naui Beach. So a day pass, when you buy it online and you reserve your spot, is $20. If you don't buy it in advance, when you show up, it's $25.
Yeah, so you save $5 just by going online, you know?
Exactly, which was really good. And also you can lodge at Naui Beach House. We met people that stayed there and they said it was about $180 per night. That can range as well, but you can also stay at Naui Beach House. And we enjoyed the food. Again, our bill came up to under $35 for the two of us, and we ate a lot of food.
Yeah, so the food was really good. Yeah, actually.
So what's included in your $20? You get a welcome drink,
and you get a towel.
Horseback riding.
Yeah, horseback riding on the beach was really nice.
So all that is included for $20. You cannot beat that.
Oh, and they have a beach gym. So if you want to work out and do a lot of photo ops, really beautiful.
Yes.
Nice infinity pool. It's like a vibe.
Yeah.
I heard that people say like it's cheaper, you know, than Tulum. Like if you want to catch a vibe really quick and like get some nice photo ops, like it's a really nice place. Like I guess a dupe or whatever. Yeah. More affordable spot for like if you want that Tulum vibe in El Salvador. That's pretty much what.
And for extra costs, you can rent out a cabana.
Yeah.
And you can also get bottle service as well. And you can also order unlimited drinks, and they can bring it to you by the water and things like that. So Naui Beach is definitely a must go when you come to El Salvador. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. Food, the workers, everything was really good.
Yeah, the service.
And we met a lot of people from El Salvador and visitors as well.
So next we want to talk about food in El Salvador, and the national dish of El Salvador is called pupusas. So make sure when you go to El Salvador, you have to try this. Like, it's the national dish. Come on.
Every country you go to, you must try the national dish.
According to Google, a pupusa is a thick griddle cake or flatbread from El Salvador and Honduras, made with cornmeal or rice flour, similar to the Colombian and Venezuelan arepa. It's like, I guess if you eat like a tortilla, I guess. I'm not really sure.
It's thicker.
Yeah, it's thick.
And one thing, you can also have it with like a pupusa with beans, pupusa with cheese, pupusa with chicharron. I love the pupusa with beans.
Yeah, I like the beans too.
As well, yeah. And they also have like a saute, like slaughtered cabbage and like a little sauce that goes on it. But you guys must try it. And
pupusas are good.
Like the lower end pupusas, we got a pupusa for 25 cents each when we went downtown, and the more expensive pupusas, like in the restaurants, were about $3-4 each. So it ranges by size and where you're getting it as well. So we recommend you guys trying a pupusa. So we want to talk about food that you can get along the way when you're out traveling. So Tisha and I stopped multiple times. They have Burger King, guys. They have McDonald's. They have Wendy's. They have Denny's. Guys, they have Walmart. You know, things like that. You can get the local or fast food. It's definitely similar. We've seen a couple like Dollar City. But they also have restaurants that's specific there. So I will recommend. We went to for breakfast one day. We went to San Martin. The food was really, really good. They had pancakes. They had bacon. They had eggs. They also had their Desayuno El Salvador, typical El Salvador breakfast. So that comprised of like fried beans, I think eggs, plantain, cheese. So those like typical, and a pupusa. So those are the typical El Salvador breakfast. And they have more specialties. One restaurant that I recommend was called Casa Barita. I'll write it down below if I'm saying it wrong. But guys, our restaurant was really good. They make the meat fresh on the grill, made to order.
And it was pretty cheap too. I
And
feel
we got
like
so much food, and my food was like, I ordered steak and it was like $14.
Y'all know in the city, in New York or in America, you know, steak is what?
$50-$60 on a cheaper end.
And it was a big steak
exactly
too. Pretty big.
And they had these places. We went to 2 restaurants where everything on the menu is $1.75. $1.75. Shots are $1.75. Ceviche, shrimp ceviche, $1.75.
Tacos,
mini ham, everything $1.75. So you got a little bit of everything, and our bill again came up to like, we went with our Airbnb host, and the bill for the 3 of us came up to $30, and we had so much food. So there's also one called Chatos. We went there, really nice, it was a good vibe in there. Again, $1.75 for like anything that you order. So basically, we want to say that the food is not expensive. It's relatively cheap compared obviously in the United States. You get your bang for your money. The fast food tastes fresh. To me, like more fresh, and was filling and
different flavors and stuff too. So like the verde, manzana verde soda.
Yeah, it was a soda, Sprite.
It was
manzana
so
verde.
good.
Yeah, it was so good. So they have different flavor sodas and things like that. So I recommend trying
try
fast food.
fast food when you're out there as well, because it might taste different. Might taste fresh. And we want to talk about clubs, y'all.
Yeah.
Not to mention clubs.
So it was one nightclub that we did not go to, but I heard it's really good. It's called Superb. Check that out. But we went to Circle.
Circle was a good time.
Yes, they play American music.
And to get in, it was $15.
But so $15 included. So basically, you had to pay $15. So $3 is the entrance fee out of that. So you have $12 left over to put towards hookah, food, drinks.
Never heard of that, honestly.
Yeah, so that's a good concept.
Yeah.
Because when we went in, I was like $15.
Yeah, I'm like $15 for what?
But then they explain like,
you know, it can go towards
anything, and it's only $3 to get in as well.
You need to implement that here.
Yeah. So that was good. So we ended up paying $3, and we ended up, because we ate before we went, we just paid towards hookah, and we met a lot of good people as well. So now we want to talk about safety in El Salvador. This is something that we want to discuss. So yes, we did get stopped by the cops, and it wasn't. I thought maybe because I was on my phone while driving, things like that, but no, it was just like random stops, and some of the local El Salvadorian people was telling us that how because of the new crackdown and things like that, they'll stop people and just ask for registration. So it's like random checks. So we got pulled over. Again, there's a language barrier. A lot in El Salvador, they speak mostly Spanish. I think we met 2 or 3 people who lived there that spoke English. Compared to like when we went to Costa Rica and Mexico, it's different. And they just pulled us over, and it was a language barrier between the cops.
Yeah, but I don't think it was basically like a racism or, you know, racist motivations or whatever. It was just, the check.
So we checked in, showed my ID, and they let us go.
Yeah.
So we felt safe driving around. Obviously, we're not going to, you know, let people in or speak to strangers and things like that. But we did meet a lot of people, and we felt safe traveling.
Yeah, walking around. We went to San Salvador, the city. We felt safe. People were helping us, you know, with the language barrier.
We went downtown. People helped us find parking. They understood, like, okay, we just want to support and we love their country. People asked us why.
Why are we here, right?
Yeah,
they were so surprised. They were like, why are you here in El Salvador? And we're like, you know, we saw it on social media. We wanted to explore and, you know,
open to
change.
Yeah. You know, the underrated countries, and you can't live in fear when you go to places, and just be, you know, nice and respect the culture and respect everyone. And they know that we try to speak Spanish and we try to communicate with them as well.
Yeah, so honestly, everything you've heard about El Salvador being dangerous, we're here to tell y'all that that's not the case.
And it was the 2 of us.
Yeah,
the whole
2
time.
of us, you know, 2 black girls, you know, and we felt fine in the Airbnb. We went out with our Airbnb host for dinner, and, you know, we felt safe with him.
And we learned a lot about El Salvador.
We met people, like, you know, obviously there's stuff that, you know, don't put your drink down, don't talk to, you know, use your judgment pretty much. So
always pay attention to your surroundings no matter where you are.
Of course. But other than that, like, I would say El Salvador was a 10 out of 10. I would definitely go back. It was fun, excursions, everything affordable, the food.
You get bang for your money.
Yeah, you get your money's worth in El Salvador.
It was relatively cheap, and I feel like you met so many wonderful people, and you could tell they love El Salvador, and they showed how they love their country, and they said like, it used to be rough, but now it's not, because of the president who's making changes and doing good things for El Salvador. Yeah, and I look forward to like more people going to El Salvador. So some of the places that I recommend that I heard that was really good was this place, Grutos. That's more of an upscale restaurant, so that's a little bit more on the higher end. Tanisha and I like to eat the local food, so we support the locals, going to like the mom and pop restaurants. We don't mind those, and they also have more of the high end restaurants, so definitely do both. I think that's important as
Yeah.
well.
And there was also a place called like the Rooftop. Remember
Oh,
that place?
Rooftop. It's like a rooftop place. They have hookah. It's like music.
Yeah, so overall we had a great time in El Salvador, and we highly recommend you all to visit. So make sure y'all put El Salvador on your travel list this year, or sometime in the future. Just go to El Salvador and see for yourself. Like we said, it's not dangerous. Like we didn't think so. Definitely just go check it out.
Yeah, it's
It's
one of the most
affordable.
underrated Latin American countries. I feel like it's affordable. You get your money's worth. It's safer. And it's
Lots of excursions, adventure. If you're a thrill seeker, if you like adventure, even if you like relaxation, Navi Beach, like, they have everything for any type of traveler.
Yes.
Yeah. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video, like it. Make sure to leave your questions down below as well,
because we'll answer all
or
of them.
everything. Yeah. If there's something that you feel like we didn't cover or something you want to know more about, just send some questions down below to us, and we'll definitely answer them.
So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.